welcome to the Black and White Games podcast, episode 329. We'll assume it's 329.
I think it's 329. I fucked it up last week because I looked at it like after posting the video.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for that.
I'm so mad. Like every time, like that's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks in a row that I've done that.
You're an asshole. It's okay. It's okay. We like you more than Josh because you've played some. You've actually. We can talk about Dune, you and me. Unlike Josh. Josh can't talk about Dune.
Nope.
Josh can't talk about Halo Infinite.
Nope.
No. Josh can't. Can't. We can't talk to Josh about anything other than Magic.
Oh, and there was some shit that went down in Magic.
Okay.
I can tell.
Well, joining me also this week is Alan, and I got a question, Alan.
Shoot.
Okay. Given the Microsoft Teams has recently been patched in order to make a new bug that prevents Android users from calling 911.
I literally couldn't care.
Okay.
Because I don't use
Teams.
I don't use Teams.
The question is very simple. You're okay, and this is a completely hypothetical situation. You're trapped in a riot.
I'm going to repeat myself here, there, Jeff. I don't use Teams.
I know, but the question is, you're given a phone with Microsoft Teams installed. What do you do?
Oh, sorry. Android users from dialing 911. Google has confirmed. For one, they're going to fix that almost immediately. Two,
yeah, it's already been fixed.
Yeah, so this is a fucking nothing burger. I don't know why you're bringing this up.
It's a fucking, because it's fun. I find it hilarious.
It's not. I don't find it funny.
It is a nothing burger.
It's a nothing burger, but it's kind of a serious one. That it's like, how the fuck did you fuck that up?
I mean, I have a hypothetical reason. It's very simple. Somebody from Black Lives Matter coded it.
No, you dumb fuck. No.
We have a picture of the programmer right now.
Oh my god.
If you recall, it's a picture. It looks exactly like Jesse Smollett.
Oh my god, we can talk about that. That concluded on Wednesday.
No, we're not talking about that unless you want to talk about that.
We're going to touch about it real quick. I want to touch on it real quick.
But Josh, you're given a phone with Microsoft Teams installed on it. What do you do?
Android.
Android.
I install or just use the default phone thing and not use that.
Congratulations, Josh. You get in a car accident and now you can't call 911. Congratulations. The only true solution is to uninstall Teams.
Yeah, no.
Software.
Teams. I thought that was like the Microsoft was like an app. That's Microsoft's team blocked Android users from. No, that means like the company and like the Microsoft staff did that. So that was all Android phones. They've already immediately updated it, so it's a nothing burger.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious.
You literally couldn't call 911.
So
yeah.
I was just going to say, like, it's literally the app forcing you to, you can't do that.
The app would block the app would somehow glitch out and cause it to block 911 calls.
Yeah, which means it might have
you
been
can imagine the hilarious situations of like what would aspire from that. Imagine like you're a mother and you have to contact 911 because you're like going into labor and like Teams just fucks you over. Like, dude, holy shit. Like, that's like a lawsuit.
Yeah.
I can't stop but laugh because it's like, okay, this is the cyberpunk dystopia future that I live in.
It's not really cyberpunk dystopia.
I mean, it's very bad.
I mean, nowadays a lot of like shit kind of gets rushed out and whatever, but this problem is so evident to the point of like, how did you not see it?
I think it's just
because people don't give a shit.
I know. I suspect what's going on is this is codes interfering with each other.
Mm-hmm.
No, probably.
Because all these apps, your phone has so much code on it that I almost guarantee you that sometimes you're going to write code in some app or in some update that's going to fuck with something else. And even though you can like test for it, sometimes you won't find bugs until they get out in the real world. Which is kind of the funny thing because that's how vehicles are designed. Actually, ironically, you'll find out features that you thought were good on drawing board are actually really bad. Or you might be going through a mechanical, like you're going through code. You'll put it out there. It looks like it's good. It looks like it's solid. it fucking sucks. Because it causes crashes and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah. You gotta keep in mind, though, the world's a pretty fucked up place. Anyways, my name is Jeff. I don't know if I said that, but we got a cool show. We got some stuff. Before we jump into our topic list of our big topics, how was everyone's week?
Okay.
Josh, you're not allowed to talk. You haven't played Halo Infinite, and now we're no longer friends.
Darn it. I hate that.
You hurt my feelings. I'm very disappointed. But yeah, you played Magic the Gathering. A lot of Magic the Gathering.
I do.
Yes.
I play a lot.
Yeah, and
Mostly it's mostly with Arena.
And Allan and I somehow got bitten by a bug.
50 hours. And it's
Wow,
done.
that's...
Well, actually, no, I'll correct that because I had 22 hours before I started playing this. No, I had 25, so about 25 hours of campaign, of doing all the comms tower stuff, of doing all the bases of all the high value targets, HVTs, and all the brute specialty bases.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So,
Is he dead?
yeah, I think he died.
What,
Allan,
me?
you're dead?
No, I'm still here.
Yes.
Oh. Okay,
Oh.
you're still
Sorry,
dead.
He was busy coming.
I finished. I'm talking with somebody else about this too in the background.
So Halo Infinite's really good. We all like Halo Infinite.
That's good. Is at least the one question I have for just the campaign came out?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only question I have is is the AI somewhat competent?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's all. I think that's the only important question. Really, you could be going through anything and anywhere, and as long as the AI is like, "Hey, they actively try to avoid your attacks," and you're like, "That's great." Just as long as that they're not too tough, then this should be fine.
Well, Halo has always had really decent AI. Like
The one thing they had right.
yeah, and it's not like Call of Duty where you're just getting waves and waves of enemies constantly, and it's like, no, you have to push forward, fuck off. It's you have a set amount of enemies, you can clear out an area, then you explore. And
Yep.
I have been playing this between Destiny and this, and Destiny's 50 event has been really crazy. Dude, the entirety of Halo Infinite is a jaw-dropping amount of content.
Yeah. All right. So you're up to. You're actually.
I'm about halfway through.
No, you're about almost 60% through, because you're on. Oh, we don't. I don't want to spoil it. You're on the AA gun part.
Yeah, I finished
I'm not
trying
gonna
the AA
mention-
guns. And...
I'm going to mention every boss. I'm going to mention bosses up to, the boss after the tower, which is the drill site boss, because there's two bosses after that, and I don't want to talk about them just yet because they're weird. The first boss fight that you get, I think it's Trebonius. Is it Trebonius you get first?
Yeah, you face Trebonius.
Trebonius is really interesting. I was a little surprised they introduced you to the Hydra so early in the game, because he fights with the Hydra,
Yes.
and I was like,
well, that boss fight is super easy.
yeah,
It's really crazy, ridiculously easy, because all you have to really do is just kite him.
yeah. Well, no, you
And-
have to maneuver around the room. I actually almost every boss fight. I would start off the fight by, hey, I'm gonna nose dive in and take him on face first. That would never work.
No,
And
it doesn't.
I can testify that there's only one boss fight where that actually works. Because of the way the boss is. And I'm not going to spoil it for you because Jeff, you're going to get to that boss and you're going to be like, oh my God, Alan was right. Because you have to nosedive in on them. Like, you have to grapple them, nosedive in on them with a melee weapon to do damage. It's such a great fight. The second boss fight was Cheklev?
Yeah.
The tower. Good way to introduce the new upgrade.
Yeah, can I talk about the threat sensor for a couple seconds?
Go for it.
It is useless.
No, it
in
is
that
not.
Game.
Go fuck yourself. No, it is not.
There is 2 enemy types that I find myself using it on. And it's literally only
5.
elites.
Because you run into Cheklev, 3 HTV bosses, including the retinues that have stealth elites, and 3 more bosses, or 2 more bosses that have stealth technology. On top of that, the threat sensor, when you fully upgrade it, lets you see health bars.
I am aware of that. I literally don't think that is a needed item in the game. I found myself using the grapple hook a lot more than I thought I would. And thrusters I think is like very useful, and barrier I also think is useful. I literally don't see a point of the threat sensor at all.
No, oh my God! Actually, I can actually testify to like I actually started using the threat sensor way more after the artillery cannon, the AA cannon island. Because
I mean, I might come back next week and be like, "Yo, this thing is like fucking crazy," and I was a fucking idiot. But like at this point in the game, it feels like as if
you're about 60% through the way through the game. But
yeah,
the moment it's
such a niche item. I just find myself being My
problem is that you have to constantly switch between things. I didn't use the thruster must until I got to a certain mission. Until I got to a certain point in the campaign, and then I was rotating. I rotated through all 4 regularly on the last 10% of the game. No, last 15% of the game. Because there's
and the other thing is like you get these crazy upgrades at the end. Like the grapple hook has like this really crazy upgrade where you can ground pound into people, so you can just send grunts flying. And, like, the shield, the barrier, like, it just adds electricity to all of your shots. So, like, you could do physical damage, but now your rockets, like, if you fire a rocket through them, now they'll do electricity damage on top of regular damage. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so I have a small complaint. It's only a small one, although it works in story. But this is an argument that's gonna come up from last week and the week before. It's so weird seeing brutes, elites, and jackals, and the new enemy type that you haven't met yet. No, you've met them.
Scavengers?
I
think it's
skirmishers.
Skirmishers?
Have you met skirmishers?
No, the skirmishers are just regular jackals. You're talking about...
No, I'm thinking of the new floaty guys.
Yeah, the drone replacements. I think they're called skirmishers.
No, the skirmishers are in the game. Also, this is actually because the skirmishers are in the game, which adds another thing to my little rant here. As much as I enjoy seeing them, and as much as it makes sense in story for why they have these weapons, why don't we have the field rod cannon? Why don't we have the spike rifle, the brute shot, and of course, because there's skirmishers in the game, why don't we have the needle rifle? That was the skirmishers' like icon weapon. Like the needle rifle was their weapon.
Because you're an asshole and you don't deserve it. Schemers. No, it is literally because Alan. They literally are probably going to add those weapons in. It's really funny because the spiker is literally in the game.
No, the spiker, the fuel rod, and the brute shot all have code in the game.
They're in the game.
I know.
They're physically in the game. They just need to be enabled.
Yep. The fuel rod actually. Oh, you fought hunters already because you're on the island.
Yeah.
All right. I have a small complaint, and if you're playing this on heroic, you'll understand my complaint. Hunters are fucking bullshit. Like, you know how you're supposed to like maneuver around and like get behind them and shoot them in the back?
Yeah.
Holy jeez, they turn so fast.
Oh, dude, it's fucking.
It's insane. I love fighting them.
Every single time I fought hunters, I would always resort to just this grenade trick, where it's like, okay, I'm just going to throw grenades and eventually kill them.
You're playing on normal. That doesn't work on heroic.
No. I was doing that on heroic. I'm on heroic, dude.
Oh, you've only fought blue. That's right. You haven't fought the other
There's gold.
There's red and gold. Gold I've only seen once, but you see red I think 5 times in the campaign.
I hope to God is Scorpion tank.
One is in high value target.
Yeah.
Which honestly, the moment you find out where that high value target is, grab a Scorpion and go deal with it.
That sounds about
Scorpions
right.
are the hard counter to hunters, like just straight up.
Yeah.
But
that's the way they've always been. Scorpions have always been able to take out a hunter.
Scorpions beat everything, as Halo 3 quote points it out. The hunters, because oh my god, there's so many good encounters with the hunters. There's actually a pair. I'm gonna spoil this for you because you will be able to get them after you finish the island mission. Like finish that boss fight there and go like you'll get access to like fast travel again, stuff like that. The moment you finish with that island, and then you go to start the next section of the campaign, it takes you to another spot. You find out you can't do the thing, so you have to go backtrack back to bases, and you get access to the third set of island territories, which is just like the bottom portion of the map that you haven't explored yet. In that area, you're gonna find at the very top of the map, there's an island that is just disconnected from everything else. Nothing's on it except for a skull and a high-value target. 2 things up there, by the way, and you can't get them to either get a Banshee or a Wasp. Wasp is better recommended because it has the better alternate fire and stuff like that.
Well, I basically almost have the Wasp right now.
Yeah. The skull is protected by 2 red hunters, 3 sniper brutes, 2 sniper jackals, and 1 heavy weapons brute. No,
I've decided that I'm
3 sniper brutes, 1 Securius brute, 2 sniper jackals, and the 2 red hunters. And
I've decided.
Holy shit!
I've already decided that I'm not getting skulls on this run. I've already decided.
If you're gonna get the skulls, the last skull you can get in the game is fucking hard to get because it requires you to do a thing, and it makes it so much harder to deal with stuff in a certain room. And they only the thing you have to do is not kill any sentinels in a certain mission. For you to do that, they only spawn in 1 room. Legit, like you'll walk in the room and a sentinel will float up in front of you, and you'll be like, "Shit, that's this room," because and you'll be like, "There's like 30 enemies in this room," and you know what you got to do to get through that room?
Yeah.
Fucking hook. Just keep moving. Just you don't stop. You just keep going until you get out of that room and into the next hallway where the door closes behind you and you're safe. You're like, safe, home base. You do a little bit of punch in the air and then you carry on. Then you never see any more sentinels or anything like that again.
Okay, well, can I just say something very quickly? Dude, the way that story is going is fucking like crazy.
You don't get any big reveals until after
Well, I just faced
Oh, I'm seeing a scene. I can't talk right now.
Okay.
Oh,
but that story so far is just crazy.
That's really good.
Oh, did they do the thing?
You won't know until you see this, because you'll get it because it's an after credit scene.
Oh boy. So it's a good Halo game. But
Oh man! Oh, by the way, you know how you were complaining about how like in Halo 5 they were trying to humanize Master Chief and they did it poorly?
yeah.
Oh, hey, guess what? This game is done way better because he's really well humanized.
Yeah, because they make it, because instead of actually like making it where it's like Master Chief went AWOL and he's a human now, they're like, no, it's Chief and he's actually giving orders and he's actually expressing a personality more than a dull brick. Whereas like, dude, the entirety of Halo 5 was like, oh, we're gonna try and continue what we tried to do with Halo 4. Oh fuck, we failed. Oh well.
So far, what it looks like. Oh, I gotta get back to bosses here in a second. My little weapon rant is, again, why aren't we just getting like? Why didn't you put the spiker? Why didn't you put the brute shot? Why didn't you put in like? Oh my god! Like there's some captains.
Yeah.
The captains all have like rocket launchers and
Energy shields.
No, I'm okay with the energy shields, actually. Like, it makes sense for them. Because your basic brute has just armor, and it takes 3 BR shots, like 3 pulls of the trigger if you always aim for the head. First hit hits him in the head. Second shot pops the helmet off, and the third shot should kill them.
Yes.
So that's 3 clicks of the trigger. Roughly the same with the commando, although the commando I think requires 5 shots. Sniper rifle on heroic, boom, everything's dead. I know for a fact on legendary they take 2. Oh god, that was I watched that video and I was like, what?
That makes sense.
But
the ones that make me like drive me batty are honestly the chieftains.
You haven't run into chieftains yet.
No, I've run into multiple chieftains.
What? Dude,
with like the big fucking headdresses and shit.
Okay, what color armor are they wearing?
I think they're wearing like silver.
No, you haven't run into the chieftains yet.
Oh no!
You get them on the 3rd island, and oh boy, you also get ultras after the 3rd island.
Okay, that.
You know the white
ultras were the gold armor, weren't they?
No, white.
Oh.
Same with the chieftains. Chieftains come in 3 colors.
Yeah.
Gold.
Well,
gold. Maroon.
I've definitely run into the guys with like
white.
the big headdresses that like have like plasma repeaters and stuff like that.
You've probably I think you might have run to the first chieftain, because there's 3 chieftains.
Yeah.
There's the plasma repeater one, or the plasma cannon one.
Yeah, that one I've definitely run into multiple times.
That's the most common one you'll see. There's the scrapper, which is a gold colored one.
What's the one with the gravity hammer?
White, and he has I've only seen 2 of them in the entire game.
Okay, so I somehow stumbled upon him last night. And
were you doing the campaign mission?
No.
I'm trying to
I stumbled upon him on the first island. And I was driving around in a mongoose, and all of a sudden this brute chieftain just starts chasing after me with a grav hammer, and I was like, oh fuck.
I need to see something, because you're on the first island?
That was on the first island.
I'm looking at HVTs and stuff like that. Not that guy. Not Bip Bap. Not him. Not him. You might have stumbled upon an enemy that just kind of happens.
Oh yeah.
The first time I saw a brute chieftain was, I think, just after the 3rd boss fight. So the boy with the hammer.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. Those guys are...
No.
I think I killed him in like 3 hits.
No. All right. So I finished that drill part. It's the mission's called Excavation Site. You show up. Nobody shoots at you. You get to a point. The drill turns on. You get swarmed. It's awesome. It's actually really well done. Then you have to pop up into the elevator, into the base, turn off the drill. Turns out the drill can't be turned off. You have to go back
this
outside.
game is just so filled with such good set pieces, and it's just a shame that it doesn't have co-op.
It won't have co-op for a while, but I'm okay with that. Because I think
the co-op is probably going to be Chief and Blue Team.
I don't know.
Yeah, it will probably be Chief and Blue Team.
Because there's an audio log where Lasky is mad about Blue Team, where Halsey's like, oh yeah, I'm not sending Blue Team with legit. It's an audio log where it's just like, yeah, Blue Team's not going with Master Chief. We're gonna send him off on. She's not gonna send him with Master Chief so he can do the thing. And then Lasky's like, cool, I'm sending them here. And Halsey's like, I didn't give you authorization to do anything with my Spartans. It's like, I don't care. I need them for a thing, and I guess that you're gonna have to be disappointed about that. And they're not even. I don't even think they're gonna be in this game. Same with Spartan Locke. I don't think Locke's.
Or you mean Osiris?
Team Osiris. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if they're in this game. Oh man, so much information got done for Cortana. They fixed the kind of like correct. They did Cortana. They didn't do Cortana.
They fixed her motivations.
No, it's still the same as always, but because but they've done a lot of good things with it. You won't get it until you see,
just don't spoil it.
No,
just don't.
You're almost there. You got a couple more things to do before you get there.
Yeah.
Cortana has like a really good motivation now. Her story's over. It's done. You know how? Okay, well, I gotta talk about something. I gotta talk about that opening cinematic with you. Dude. So Atriox.
Okay, Josh. Okay, we're gonna show you Josh this first. Okay.
Josh could boot up the game right now and watch the opening cinematic. It's
Josh. Do you have the campaign?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all I played is online.
Because Josh is a freaking filthy bastard.
Yep. Very filthy.
Okay.
Very filthy.
Okay, so I'm gonna create a watch together. Watch together. Create a room. We're gonna press that. Okay, and there we go. So we watch together.
All right, I guess we'll watch this stuff. Watch together with this.
Josh is literally booting up Halo Infinite to see if he can run it.
See if I can actually have it at all.
Well, nope, okay. The funny. Okay, well, I got 2 complaints about Halo Infinite. And I'll say those right now. The game's not done.
Jump into the.
It's more multiplayer that's not done. The campaign, as I just said, I finished it. Campaign's solid. They've set up for the next game, and if they keep this momentum going, like they keep the same staff, they get the same guy to take lead. Like, I want them to tie in Halo Wars 2. I want to see Fred, Douglas, and
Jerome.
Douglas, Jerome, and I can't remember the girl's name. Because they have 3 Spartans on that ship.
Alice, I think it is?
Yes, it's Alice. I want to see them show up. I would love to see Blue Team again.
Well, like, I would like to see a game where it's just the Spartans, and it's just like, it's like all of the great. It's Blue Team, it's Red Team, it's Gray Team, it's Black Team.
Gray Team and Black Team, I don't want to see.
Why not?
As much as I love them as characters in the books, I don't want to see them.
Well, here's my thought process. I think that like we should kind of move beyond Master Chief as a character.
No, Halo functions best as Master because we tried moving beyond Master Chief in Halo 5.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, and that's the point of my statement of that's the reason why Master Chief has to be your core character. He is the core heart of Halo.
He's the franchise. Like they did that with Gears of War, where they moved beyond Marcus Phoenix and Dom.
You need a good character to follow it up. Like you need to Marcus Phoenix is replaced by I think his kid.
Yeah, JD Phoenix.
It's not like Marcus Phoenix is just moved beyond. He's still there. He's still present. But he's done. Yeah. But the thing is, for you to move beyond Master Chief in this game series, Master Chief has to leave. He can't remain in the game.
Well, you either have to do something where he retires, or
Which won't happen.
like here's the thing. When I say like I want the game to move beyond Master Chief, the reason why I say that is like I almost feel like as if what they should do is they should kind of like do spin-off games like ODST, and I wish they would do more of those.
I would actually appreciate that, or if they were small expansions to the game.
That's what I wanted 5 to be.
Well, that's the thing is 5 came out in a really bad cycle of gaming. But 5's...
Well, actually, no, because it came out during a cycle of gaming where you had Microsoft was floundering, and then you had Sony just kind of like take a ball and run with it.
Yeah.
Because you had God of War, you had Final Fantasy Remake, and then you also had Horizon Zero Dawn.
Final Fantasy Remake didn't come out till fucking 2018 at
like
the earliest.
Came on later in the cycle. You also had like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Shenmue.
Again, really in the cycle. They didn't come out till like way after 5.
Yeah,
But
like it was
6 years since Halo 5.
Yeah, and it's like
I know for a
it's like
fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't come out till 3 years ago.
Yeah, but like I'm also going to say this right now is like the best Halo game of that entire cycle was a game not even made by 343. It was Halo Wars 2. And holy fuck, if you want to see what a Spartan is capable of, watch the cutscene where it's just Jerome and he takes who's the AI? I forget the AI. Isabel. He takes Isabel with her.
No, it was 343. It was a joint operation between 343 and Creative Assembly.
Okay, well I can be wrong, but he takes 343. Yeah, takes 343. He takes Isabel with him, and
oh no, I know what you're talking.
He loads onto a carrier, and you just watch him just like fucking mow down elites, and you're just like, oh, this is brutal efficiency. This guy might be able to take on John.
No, Jerome, as much as I love him, is a character that would not be able to take on Chief.
Jerome is probably my second favorite Spartan out of the entirety of.
You got to realize Jerome is is a Spartan too. He is so outclassed by John, it's not even funny.
Well, you also got to keep in mind that Jerome has also not been in the series for like 25 plus years.
Oh no, I know, but like you got to like
the first time we see Jerome is before Reach Falls. The last time we see of Jerome.
There's only 2 Spartans in the original Spartan 2 program that are on Chief's level, and that's Kelly and Fred.
Yeah. And Fred outranks John.
Fred outranks John on a technicality because John's been missing for 3 years. Fred got his promotions in that time. He became a lieutenant at that point. He was the first Spartan to do so, I think, besides June and the Spartan 4 program, where you have captains and majors.
Yeah. So, anyways, is everyone in here?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna discuss this. All right. You can just click play, and I'm like.
Okay. So first off, we get a glimpse of Zeta Halo before it's broken.
Describe, just be like, this is how this game. Like, you guys can go look up online if you guys want to watch it.
But we're just watching the Halo Infinite opening.
But they do so good with this game in its opening. Chief is given all respect.
Yeah. It's crazy how crazy it is. And now you have the shields pop. You don't have the shields recharge yet. Probably a broken kid bone or a rib, maybe.
By the way, Atriox almost loses this fight.
I don't think Atriox loses this fight at all.
No, almost. I said.
I think Atriox is in very complete control.
He does, like as John says later in the game. But where he got up and laid those 4 hits in, where bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Had John had his pistol, what was Atriox going to do? That's how close.
That's a good point.
That's how close that fight was right there. The moment John got hit with the mace the second time,
it was over.
That was it. It was over. That's how again, like I love how close it is. It's really well done. I do love how, because you haven't met the scene yet. Oh, I can't even talk about how long it took for the Infinity to fall.
Well, it took the Infinity what, like, because the impression is that I have is this is midway through the battle.
No, that's the end of the fight.
That's the end?
Yeah. You want to know how long? And you'll find this out. It's not even a secret. It's in a later cutscene where Esherim explains how long it takes to break the Infinity. A total of 4 minutes.
Oh, that makes sense.
From contact. Not from boarding, from contact.
That explains a lot, because the Banished are actually like one of the most powerful fighting forces in the universe. We also got to talk about the Halo trailer for from Paramount.
All right, I'm actually really concerned about how they're going to do that. I'm really worried. Sorry, Josh. We're talking Halo tonight.
I have three major concerns, and I agree with you. I'm a little bit concerned.
My concern right now is they're going to do retconning. I don't really want that. As much as I enjoy Reach is a bad game because it does a bunch of retconning, and it has a kind of a bad story in some cases. But again, Reach is really good mechanically.
What it retcons
Reach,
is
the fall of Reach.
It retcons the Sparn 3.
It
retcons the entirety of Fall.
No. It retcons Ghosts of Onyx and Fall of Reach. That's the two books they retcon. Fall of Reach.
That was Bungie's like fuck you moment.
Well, no, because they didn't really think about it. They wanted to do this big thing to send off for like the franchise, and I think they did do well.
It's
mechanically
really
solid. Bloom can go fuck itself. Armor abilities can kind of go fuck themselves. But for the most part, the weapon pool and the stuff like that, there's some balancing issues. But it's a very solid game. It's an 8 out of 10 from me, compared to Halo 3, 2, 1, and ODST, which are all like 8.5s and 9s.
Well, ODST is probably...
ODST, I think, is better than Reach.
I think ODST is probably the best story.
ODST
of
has
all of the games.
The second best story. I put Halo 1 above it, even though it's a very big.
I would say the way the story goes is it goes. The way the story would go for me is it would go ODST to 1, 3, Reach.
The reason why I put 1 first is because 1 is such a self-contained story that it works just perfectly on its own. ODST is is actually a fairly self-contained story too. Like you have tie-ins to 3 and 2. Like they're quick scenes, but you could play ODST and see that opening scene where you're in the drop pod coming down and you see the ship leave, and you could be like, oh shit, that's how bad this battle's going. And that's all you get. It's a really cool reference for you guys as playing Halo 2. Really cool scene. If you've played Halo 2, you now get a top view, and then you get to see what the destruction is like after which. And then you get the final cutscene with Johnson and all that fun jazz, which is another really good scene. But for the most part, the game is ODST is a self-contained story. Halo 1 is a self-contained story. Halo 1 has a better story because it's a very bare bones hero's journey story with some minor issues, very minor issues in my opinion. But it does a really good job of like setting up a scene, like the best scene in the game and the best story arcs for the game. I think start in Halo 1, and they set that to carry forward.
Okay.
Whereas 2 and 3 is the weakest of them all, but it's still better than Reach.
3 what it does.
3 finishes the series. It doesn't finish it all. It doesn't fit. It kind of stumbles at the end, but it's a solid game.
Well, like and like here's the thing is like I really hope that like the thing that they do with the Paramount series is I really hope that the Paramount series is not designed for me or you, and it might be designed for Josh, somebody who doesn't like Halo that much. I might, but if it gets more people into like the franchise, I'm okay with that. But like at the same time, I'm also like one of those guys who's like, I don't want somebody sitting there saying that Halsey's a lesbian when Halsey is like a ruthless fucking tyrant who fucking sits there and abducts children only to replace them with clones that will die.
Pony, by the way, on orders from Pony.
She's a ruthless motherfucker.
Oh no, she's not. She's not this like brutal killing machine thing.
No, she's not a brutal killing machine. She's somebody who's like, it's efficient if I do this.
Yes, she's efficient. She's cold and calculating. She's a scientist. She puts her goals beyond ethics.
Like, let me put it like this. You can see the reason why her and Keys' relationship would never work, and you can see the reason why Miranda probably doesn't know that she's her mom.
No, believe it or not, Halsey knows who Miranda is.
But does Miranda know who Halsey is?
I think so.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, this is actually something that's covered in Reach. It's done really well. Although I think it's extraneous to detail information, where you find in the little like special edition notebook thing, where she's talking about how to develop.
She talks about Miranda.
She talks about Miranda. She's crying again. Well, and she's kind of like really tired and like going through the process of making this like finishing the Spartan program and having this kid. It's actually really well done. It's like a really real touch. And then in a later scene, she sees a picture of Miranda getting like there's a picture where she's got Miranda having like being saluted and getting her officer's commission and stuff like that. And it's really well done. It's just a small touch. But Miranda is her mother's daughter. And is her father's daughter. She is a career officer who will put all of her goals like she is. That's the reason why Miranda's such a good character too. God, there's so many good Halo 2 characters.
And here's the other thing I'll say this is like I understand like the dislike of Reach because it retcons a bunch of stuff, but like at the same time, without Reach, we don't get
George.
We don't get George, who's the best character in the series, in my opinion.
2, by the way.
Who I love.
Who when he sees
He's
Halsey,
the best boy. I want to get hugged by George.
When he sees Halsey, you know what he calls her? Mom.
Hi, Mom.
No, it's hi, Mom.
Yeah.
It's such a nice little touch about
this, and like that's the thing is like that's the thing that's been missing from the series for so long is like the character personality, like the small little quirks of like, oh, this person is human, because like in 3 or 4, in 3, 2, and 1, you did get the human elements of all of these characters. Like you got this aspect of like, hey, we're fighting this war and we're losing. Even in Reach and ODST, it's present. And like that's the thing that like I really wish was more in the game. Anyways, we should stop talking about Halo. But the Paramount series I'm a little bit paranoid about because I can't wait for them to somehow retcon Halsey into being a crazy lesbian or trans. You know they're going to do it. You know they're going to do it. Or even better, they're going to make one of the Spartans trans. And they're going to fuck up one of mine and Alan's favorite characters. Did I just say something cringeworthy?
No, I'm getting distracted.
I'm more worried about Alan. He probably died at me saying something so goddamn cringe.
I don't know. Is he dead?
Alan, are you dead? Quick, we gotta message him and say, hey, fuckface.
Oh no, he's dead. Oh no. Shit. Or he just left the room. I don't know.
So, anyways, we got some other topics we got to talk about this week.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering.
Activision employees on strike. Magic the Gathering.
Yep. Is Activision on strike now? Or, I mean, they're on strike?
They're currently getting dicked over by a couple things.
Alan, you're back.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, I had to
Did you not hear what I said that was so cringe? I thought you left us forever.
No, I got up and went to the washroom. I literally said when you started like how Halo 3 humanizing these characters, I was like, I gotta go to the washroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, I said that the Paramount series is going to make one of the Spartans lesbian, or they're going to make Halsey a lesbian or trans.
God, I hope not.
It would be hilarious for me because then I would just be like, now the entire series is fucked.
If they do, I'm going to be straight up like, cool. That TV series isn't canon.
I think that everyone has already said that.
We're gonna move on. All right, Josh.
So we got to talk about Magic the Gathering now because Josh, tell me about the alchemy system and how much bullshit it is.
Oh God!
Now, excuse me while I order beer.
Oh God, yeah. So I'll try to explain it. It's a bit complicated because Wizards of the Coast have been putting out more and more product, and they've been making more and more mistakes with the product because they don't have enough downtime to actually properly balance it or anything. So what they've been doing now is with Arena, especially, they have a thing called alchemy. And what alchemy is that, hey, if these cards are just a little a little overpowered and they're just a little too strong, we're just going to tweak them a bit, and they're going to be digital only cards. So stuff from like, let's say Omnath, the Locust, or no, Omnath, the Spirit of the Locust, or whatever his name is. Yeah, big. He's actually, there's the 4-color version of him that came out recently. He got super banned because he's just really good.
There's multiple versions of him that are banned. That's the funny part.
Yeah. And so here's the funny part is that, like, so with alchemy, they're like, hey, we're going to balance these cards, but we're only going to do it in arena, which is why this is called alchemy. It's only in the arena format. And they're going to balance cards through, like, basically it's a retooling of these cards in arena, but they're not going to retool it immediately. They're going to retool it like a month from when they come out. And it's also changing. It's again, changing how the card works. So stuff like
what they're trying to do is a living rule set.
Yeah. And
which doesn't work for a card game.
Not really. And if anything, it just confuses the fan base even further. And like, again, to give a good example, Omnath, he has one main ability where if you play him, he will draw a card almost no matter what happens. They changed that to being now you scry one instead of drawing a card. Because it turns out drawing a card just on a creature is a bit strong, even though you take a lot of work to get him out in the battlefield. And then the second thing they changed is that they increased the mana cost on the card. It costs one more generic to cast. So it's not just a 4-drop that you could possibly get 4 mana out of, because that's one of his other abilities. It's now a 5-drop that you need to make it work somehow, and it can only scries and not draw. And here's the other kicker about this whole thing. The alchemy also injected a bunch of alchemy only cards. And these alchemy only cards are digital only. So therefore Wizards are like, oh, let's just crank up the digital only, thermometer on this fucking beaker. And let's just make it so that these cards can do random bullshit. So it's stuff like they can look for cards that you don't have. They can look for cards that, oh, you need a land? We'll pull a random card, like not necessarily a random card out of the ether. They do tell you where they're coming from, but it's might as well coming out from the ether.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like there's these bunch of random cards that do random shit. They're retooling the cards how they work. So depending on how they retool it, the deck that you made before when you making your deck with these cards, it could make your deck completely, not work at all, that you spent time and wild cards on. And then you're like, well, that deck is fucked. What am I going to do now? Well, I'm just going to either you spend more fucking money, or you try to scrape by what the fuck you have.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's just terrible.
I mean,
a good example. A good example is one of my decks. It got fucked real hard. And I'm considering just dropping Arena entirely.
I mean, it's almost like as if they don't give a shit about you, Josh, and they only see you as walking money bags. I mean, I'm sure. No, I'm sure I know Wizards of the Coast cares about you.
Here's the real reason behind these, the alchemy and the tweaking of the cards and these digital only shit, is that they're like it's a combination of trying to compete with like other card games that are out, and they're trying to like take advantage of like, well, it's a digital only format, so therefore we should try to take advantage of that. And I'm like, sure, I can see why you want to do that, but you don't auto-check and force this into other formats. Like a good example is my historic Brawl deck with Omnath. It's now completely not workable at all because they changed a bunch of shit of how that works. And for whatever fucking reason, they decided that this alchemy changes also affects historic. You know what historic means? It's supposed to mean a non-rotating format. And it fucking rotates. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck?
Fucking you over.
Oh, I know. Then it's like they're auto ejecting this fucking bullshit, and it's like, oh my god, man! Thank God that headache went away because I'd be in painful pain right now.
I mean, that's fine. We're allowed to have painful pain.
No, I mean, I had like the stress neck thing going on, and it was giving me like headaches, and I was like, I gotta take some aspirin for this shit. But anyway,
you know what you should do? You should just not play Magic the Gathering anymore and start playing Warhammer
honestly,
40k or BattleTech.
Honestly, I may as well just drop Arena entirely and just like find other interests. Like,
hold on.
I've been playing Pokemon TCG with their digital app, and oh my god, it's such a breath of fresh air.
Jesus Christ, Josh, you're such a fucking nerd.
They give you shit for free. They give you shit for doing dailies, and it's way better than fucking Arena ever does. And it's like, and then also like just the. So
Alan, remind me in order to hold Josh's head underneath water next time he says that how bad the Pokemon game is.
No.
And remind me to do that.
No, I'm giving Pokemon card game of like a better fucking trophy right now because it's such a better card game.
Josh, that's like giving a cocaine dealer a little trophy because they didn't sell you bath salts.
Oh, I mean, hey, thank you for not giving me bath salts.
Or giving that's like giving a cocaine dealer a reward for not selling you fentanyl laced cocaine.
Well, here's the thing: like when, with the Pokemon, with their digital service with Pokemon, they just handle their shit so much better. And it's like, even like if you just play for free, you still get by a lot better than you do on fucking Arena than you ever did. So like, oh god, again considering dropping Arena entirely and just go play Pokemon TCG.
Basically, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you joke, and I'm just like, nah, dude, you should be doing that. Like,
I'm gonna propose something that Alan's gonna disagree with. Josh, there's a wonderful game. It's called BattleTech. You should pick it up and play it.
No,
yes. I'm sorry. As much as I love Josh playing Magic, I know that he wouldn't enjoy BattleTech. BattleTech has a lot of intricacy about
Josh, you should stop your hobby and join my hobby.
I mean, I kind of want to play the. Isn't the BattleTech one I saw your guys showing screenshots of, right? It's the one with like the mechs are all different. Everything has a stat on it, and your pilot has a stat, and he has a list of shit, and like all that.
Yep.
Yes,
like that does look kind of interesting to me. I kind of want to dick with it, but I don't think I want to make a full dive into it. Like I wish there was a rental.
Joke's on you, Josh. When I have my new house, we can live stream you playing through BattleTech.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was a rental or like, can I just play this for a week and not necessarily make a full commitment? Like, that's what I want to do.
No, you're going to be forced to make a full commitment, and it's going to be a fuck you or else.
Or maybe it hits like $20 or less, and I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to do. Anyways, is that all for Magic?
No, I suspect he can go for a bit more.
I mean, I could, but really, it's just alchemy that I'm just fucking bullshit. Like, it's just fucking that tip of like me of just like, I'm not sure if I want to go back to Arena. I probably still keep playing Arena off and on, just simply because I'm Magic addicted. But I don't think I'm gonna try as much as I can to not spend any fucking money on that damn thing anymore. Because oh god, I don't want to go there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got to talk about Activision employees who were striking. I'm going to post something in our topic list resources because I forgot to post it earlier. Activision employees have recently announced that they're striking, launch fundraisers to support the work stoppage. This is the AKB Workers Alliance, an organization of Activision Blizzard employees formed in the wake of lawsuits alleging widespread sexual harassment and discrimination at the company. So they've gone on strike, which means the launch fundraiser campaign to support workers taking part in work stoppage that began Monday. The GoFundMe campaign seeks $1 million to cover lost wages as well as to help assist with the allocation expenses of Raven Software's workers who were let go last week. Holy shit. That's not good. That's not good one bit. The work stoppage began when members of Raver Software QA team walked off their job to protest the decision to lay off QA workers at the studios. Employees at other studios joined in the action Tuesday, including the entire central AQ team at Call of Duty studio Treyarch. According to Washington Post report, Activision Blizzard management told employees that taking part in the walkout that they would be paid for Monday, though through Wednesday, but not beyond. So if they wish to continue the strike, they will have to either use paid time off or go unpaid. Previous Activision Blizzard work stoppages in July and November were single-day affairs, but no indication that this will be end. So it looks like Activision is going to fucking die a slow, miserable death, and I don't know whether or not we should celebrate or not, but holy fucking shit,
if
this is
Activision
bad.
goes, that means Blizzard's going to likely go.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things that are going to happen, I think, if...
For how this keeps going, I won't be surprised if they dig up more dirt of like Epstein visited the company.
Well,
the
Epstein
company
was
HQ a
listed
couple times.
Well, Bobby Kotick was listed as flying on the Alina Gale, I think it was. Like he's listed as visiting the island.
Did he visit once?
I don't know.
Or did he visit multiple times?
I mean, I don't think he did a Bill Clinton and visit like 20 times, but most of the time those guys would visit and they would like take a 14-year-old and like rape them brutally.
Oh boy.
So like these are not good people. And like for people who sit there and always say like Jeff hates Call of Duty. Yeah, I have a fucking good reason to hate Call of Duty. The fucking guys who make the games or run the fucking company that makes the games are fucking trash, and they fucking should not work in an industry like that sits there and predicates itself on supporting victims. Like, I'm sorry, it kind of seems a little hypocritical to me. But yeah, no, this is fucking really bad. This is something that I think this is the first strike we've ever actually seen in the game industry.
No, it isn't. There
No, it isn't.
Well, no, because most strikes have been one-day strikes, which is not a bad thing.
Those are walk-offs. Those are usually walk-offs. They usually are like something that they get across the point. This is like an actual physical strike. So, do those count as strikes though?
Yes.
Okay.
There's also been other strikes out in Austin, stuff like that, but with smaller companies.
But yeah, no, this is fucking crazy, man. Like this shit's heating up. I don't know what else to kind of say about it. Does anyone else have anything they wanted to say about it?
Like I'm just kind of ignoring them at this point.
Let them burn enough slow burning hell.
I mean, at least they're not the ones who are making Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
I'm actually excited for that.
I found out that the senior writer for the game was a woke shitbag, so I'm like, oh, this might be fun.
But here's the thing. It depends upon how much the original staff is coming back. And I'm very hesitant because, like, you really can't do a lot with woke shit with 40k without just being objectively wrong. And I mean like, oh boy, you want to get in shit with the fans. Don't trust them. Change the lore for no reason.
I mean, I would really appreciate it if they showed Sisters of Battle in a game.
Sisters Battles would be oh my god, that would be another good.
If they just showed up and they were like, we've been fighting for weeks, like, that would be amazing. Like, that would actually fucking, like, make my head explode.
As much as I want to see them, a Sisters Battle, I don't think we're gonna get them in this game. Primarily because of what I think the game's gonna do. Because we're fighting Tyranids. Oh god, oh my god, that opening cutscene. But I'm only upset. I'm only upset that Titus is a fucking lieutenant now. I'm like, go fuck yourself. He was a captain before. I would have preferred if like they were like, yeah, no, video game lore isn't 40K, isn't like tabletop lore. So I wouldn't have minded.
So here's the question I got. Titus is now a Primaris Space Marine.
Yep.
Right. So he's gone through the Rubicon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's also, it also appears that he's now in the second squad. Was he in the second squad before?
Yeah, he was part of second company before.
Okay.
Because that wasn't like a concern from people who played the original game. They're like, how is Captain Titus the captain of second company? That was the big concern everybody had with that game, because they're like, hold up, we have questions here for you. How is he captain of second company when captain of second company is Kato Securius? So it was like, the way that they worked it in is he was captain for a very short tenure of second company. I think for a total of like 15 years before the Inquisition snatched him away. And then by the time he came back, well, there's now a Primaris out. He's being, and like I could see it as a punishment, being forced to go through the Rubicon and then being a subservient officer to Kato Securius.
I mean, is Kato Securius the worst Ultramarine?
No.
I mean, he certainly seems like it from like the Emperor Texas speech, where he's just like
everybody just memes
this
on
overachieving asshole.
Everybody just memes on him because of the way like he's been written in books and shit. He is just an obnoxious character, and it's actually like I both love it and hate it, because I actually enjoy Kato Securius as like a model and design. It works really well, but the problem is that for you to do Kato Securius, you'd have to be like top notch. Like you'd have to be willing to do a lot of things, and I don't think a lot of people can do that. I do think right now that one of the better characters is probably Titus. Although I would love for Titus to be more of a, like, I'm happy he's coming back. As much as I enjoy some of the Primaris designs, like I love the look of the Intercessors, I love the look of the Aggressors and Heavy Intercessor designs. Unfortunately, my problem with the Primaris is the fact that we've got a lot of like really bad character designs for model designs for things like their jump infantry, their flying infantry, and stuff like that. And it's kind of they look really bad in my opinion. Like, you're
talking about the Primaris jump packs?
Yes, specifically the Phobos pattern stuff, because the Phobos pattern stuff has the jump packs. Although Interceptors are also fucking obnoxious. That's another unit I actually hate the design for, because I hate the fact that they've got grav plates on the bottom of their boots. And I'm just like, you wouldn't be able to walk with those on. And my buddy's like, well, yeah, they'd be able to track. It's like, no. Even if they were able to track, you wouldn't be able to walk in them, because you're jostling equipment that is meant to keep you levitated. And he just kind of stopped and he's like, holy shit, that's poorly designed. I'm like, yeah, that's terribly designed. So for me, it's the reason why for me, the only two types of armor that really matter for like Primaris stuff is Intercessor, which is Mark 10. And Heavy Intercessor, which is technically marked, which is just essentially an armor packet for the Primaris Marines. And it's the reason why I like them is because they're more like Primaris is just standard armor. Heavy Intercessors are Centurions, which are just armor packets that you attach to a tactical Marine's armor to make it more efficient in doing a job. Whether that's carrying heavy weapons or carrying heavy siege equipment, such as drills and siege and oh my god, I'm forgetting the fucking word. But like a lot of the stuff that you do for Primaris stuff, a lot of stuff that's wrong with it is mostly the lore doesn't work, the Some of the character designs don't work, and for the most part, the big things that everybody needs to be really, really worried about for Primaris is some of the vehicle designs, because I have a problem with a lot of the vehicle designs because they're, as much as I don't mind the idea of the repulsor and the repulsor executioner, the big tanks. I love the look of them. They are certainly 40k. They're just jam-packed with weapons. And while I feel that's a little off, I'm okay with it. I hate the Gladiator and the Impulsor because they're just more gravity tanks, where I'm like, it would have been cool if they had been treaded or even wheeled to make them like, yeah, no, this is a different doctrine for the Space Marines. They're like heavy, like 6-wheel transport vehicles with side doors and back hatch. They can only carry like X number of troops based on their design. They're all like fast, rapid attack vehicles rather than just grav platforms. Because unfortunately, the more you think about the grav platforms, the more they fucking fall apart. I hate the look of the new speeders. I really do. They look so stupid with that guy up top. It's so close to being good. It's so close. But that guy in the turret up top, where he's got fucking rockets or cannons or whatever on either side of his head, I'm like, that man is a deaf man. And my buddy was like, well, he's wearing a helmet. I'm like, you realize that he's still deaf, because that's still a common problem for tankers, right? Where they're sitting next to the cannon. If they're in engagement, protracted for engagement, where they're firing that cannon for a long period of time, they tend to go deaf. It's the same thing for artillery crews. It's the reason why you don't want, like, you try to provide as much precaution to your men and make sure they got enough space to get away from the noise as possible.
Well, it's not just that. It's like stuff like, it's like, I really want to like the Warhammer Space Marine stuff, but at the same time, I end up like doing this really dumb thing where I think about it for a couple seconds and I go, right, the last time I got into this stuff, Warhammer was really fucking expensive, and the prices just went up. So I think I'm going to build like I think I'm going to finish up painting like my Dark Angel stuff that I purchased. And then I'm going to probably build a Chaos Knight army and that. Yeah. Like I might pick up some Battletech stuff.
For alternative sources for stuff is my recommendation. Because maybe you can get something that will help you play the game a bit. Like a good example, like looking for alternative model sources, or you didn't hear this from me, recasters, which is another thing. You don't have to give GW any money if you don't want to. There are a lot of really good alternative sources for like playing with models and stuff like that. Battletech has really good primary source and really good fan supported sources. I've got 3 sources for Battletech.
I like really what I want to do is I want to pick up like the Battletech box set from like my local comic book store, and that's kind of it.
Oh no, that's fair.
And it might be the clan set, and I might be a dirty fucking clanner for a bit. But my
first set of models is clanners, because that's all.
Well, you're a dirty fucking clanner, Alan.
That's been in stock for the longest time in our area.
Don't tell me. Next thing you know, Josh is going to be telling us that we have to challenge him to a batch roll and shit.
If I could get a fucking inner lance set of spears with the Marauder, the Archer, and the Warhammer, which is one of the inner sphere. It's the inner sphere command spit, which comes with all of my favorite mechs. It comes with the Marauder, I think comes with the Jaeger and the Rifleman, and it comes with an Archer. And I was just like, that kit was made for me, because it's all my favorite heavies, all in one box. I was so happy when I saw that. I'm like, that's the kit for me.
Yeah, well, you know what? Next thing you know, Alan, you can just continue being a dirty clanner, and next thing you know, when you say batch alls,
very few clanner mechs that I like.
The Mad Cat's pretty fucking sick.
No, I actually, as much as I enjoy the Mad Cat, one of my favorite ones is actually the Mad Dog.
The Mad Dog.
Yeah, legit. That's the name of the mech, and it's technically called the Vulture. But the reason why I love it is because it's just this. It's just an archer with
Hold on, let me look it up.
It's such a dorky mech. I love it to death because it's from one of my favorite games.
What the fuck is that?
I know, right?
What the?
Where is this kid? I'm
that
missing
looks so fucking derpy.
I'm missing a single thing, and it's really pissing me off now. I gotta get all the audio logs, but I'm missing just like one Mjolnir.
So, anyways,
sorry.
Also, Alan Wake 2 got announced. Looks like it's Epic funded.
I'm very hesitant about any of the like. I didn't like Alan Wake 2 or Alan Wake 1, and it didn't appeal to me. Horror games generally don't appeal to me because I tend to find them very boring. And I mean that in the most like, hey, I love you, boys. Is that where it is? Holy shit, that's where it is. Sorry. No, it isn't. God damn it. My problem is that while I think that these games can be like the horror games can be really good, like there's a horror game that came out just recently that like, holy shit, dude, they fucking nailed it in fucking like you don't run into anything super like high quality in the game. It's still early access and shit like that, but holy shit, do they nail the horror aspect of it? And that's that's the Poppies game. Where holy shit, there's a part where you're in vents and you're trying to get away from it, and you're like, oh well, you're in the vents, you're basically free, and no, you're going through the vents, and all of a sudden a Poppy appears in the vent next to you where you can see through like vent grates, and you're like, holy shit, that's horrifying. Like they did so much good work with that. I was just like, that's 10 of the 10, good job, nicely done.
So what I'm hearing is Alan really doesn't like Alan Wake, but likes a stupid Poppy game. I like how he also has not commented yet on something I posted in the general chat.
I haven't even. I got general chat closed. Oh, look at that! A fucking audio log.
But yeah, Josh, do you have anything that you're excited from Game Awards?
I mean, there's a Cuphead DLC, which is going to be, I'm sure, hard as balls, like it usually is.
Oh, okay. Before you make it, before we go any further, Jeff, why do you want Lionel Johnson to be your waifu? This guy is literally an autistic fucking motherfucker.
I mean, him as a woman.
No, I don't.
Him
even,
as a woman.
I don't even mean like in the online, like super autistic, like can solve a crime in 20 minutes. No, I mean like he doesn't get jokes. Like he makes a comment and a Marine laughs and he looks at the Marine. He's like, what's so funny? And like the Marine quite literally realizes as he stares at his Primarch and goes, oh my god, my Primarch doesn't understand social cues. Holy shit. It's like a moment of dawning realization just how fucked he is. But yeah, sorry. Carry on.
I mean, I think that you know what? I personally like dangerous women who can kill me with one punch, so.
Oh dear.
Are you sure about that, Jeff? I
mean, what's the worst that happens?
You'd be dead.
You'd be dead?
I mean...
And you probably wouldn't have gotten snooze-tooed. Like, not even joking. You probably wouldn't have gotten snoo-snoo.
I mean, to be fair, I'd probably end up like Luther and just like in like some sort of containment unit for the rest of eternity. On the rock.
That's opta-fucking-mystic. Like, I hate to break it to you, 90% of the fucking fallen don't end up at the rock. They end up fucking, like,
dead.
Not just dead, but, like, eviscerated in the most brutal fashion.
I mean, look, just because I would totally not betray Lionel Johnson, because he's the best, next to possibly Rogel Dorn and Fenris Manus.
Fenris Magnus, what?
I mean, Fenris Magnus dies, doesn't he?
Ferris Manus.
Oh, Ferris Madness. Sorry.
Yeah, Ferris Manus, yeah.
Yeah, we also know that the salamanders...
Iron Hand.
We also know the salamanders are also the best bros. Vulcan is the best Primarch by far. Okay? We also know that. Vulcan is the best Primarch. There, I said it. Alan?
I won't contest that. Vulcan's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no. No, I think this is a great picture. I love it. I think it's perfect. I'm pretty sure there's a Rogaldorn one too, and I
Yes,
have
there
to
is.
find it.
I know the artist. I think he's done Rogaldorn. I don't think he's done a few, but I don't think he's done them all yet. Not that I don't blame him for not wanting to do all of them.
I mean, I just don't like. I hate how Twitter just fucking like fucks me over and is like, no, you can't have nice things.
Never.
So.
What?
Also, dude, I want this guy to make a fucking like anime series.
No, GW would never let that fly.
I mean, they wouldn't, but you know what? If somebody presented them a shit ton of money and was like, yes.
No. Okay, so here's this thing about GW.
They're very protective of their IP, aren't they?
No. It's not that they're very protective about their IP. Well, they are protective of their IP, but they're not. They're scared of making money for some reason. Like, no,
okay, yes. As of recently, yes.
No,
Yeah.
No. You don't understand. So, the fans of the game series have been like, we don't mind that you keep like releasing new Space Marine stuff, but we want new Guard. Like, we want plastic Volstroyans, we want plastic Talon, we want plastic Mordian. Like, the Guard is so neglected. Like, as much as I love my Cadians because they're my favorite Guard faction, I would love plastic Mordians. I would buy like a full company of like full strength company, like 5 10-man platoons, or 5 squad 10-man team. Sorry, let me correct this. A company is 5 platoons of 5 squads plus 3 heavy weapon squads plus 3 heavy special weapon squads plus a command squad of 5 guys. So each platoon is 50 plus 27 plus 27. Or sorry, not 27. 18 plus 18, so 36. So 86, 91 men for a platoon. I would do 5 of those plus an additional command squad for the company. So you have, like, I would do a full, like, oh my god, I would do a full company of, at full strength, company of Mordians if they did plastic Mordians. Same with Volstroyans. Volstroyans is another one of those guys that are like my fucking, I would have an itch to scratch for that. Like, that would be like fucking crack cocaine to me. And that's horrifying to me, by the way. Like, I know that if they ever did that, I would lose so much money, like, just overnight. But it's really frustrating because, like, I've been sitting there being like, hey, why haven't you done this? Fix your fucking fix your shit and get it corrected, so that we can just like have like Guard players have been like, no, you would literally make a bunch of money if you made plastic all these formations out of the game, out of the fucking franchise, because holy shit, there'd be so much good shit for you to make. And we're all just like, we always get mad because Space Marines get all this shit. And the next current one right now that we're looking at, because there's big online push right now from the rumor mill machine that they have. Ever so often there'll be like a thing that'll pop up like every 1 or 2 weeks, there'll be an image that'll pop up. It's called the rumor mill, and it generates an image from a new model that's going to be coming out, and then you have to like go through. Right now we know what the next big thing is because all this month has been nothing but Eldar, and I was like, I almost guarantee you either they're doing a full revamp of the Eldar range or doing most of it because the Guardians are serviceable, or they're doing a bunch of Eldari stuff, like stuff for
Allan looked in general, everyone.
Huh? Whatever.
I mean, Lu Tao.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Oh look, Conrad Kurz and Conrad.
Would you not?
Anyways,
I mean,
one of the big problems right now that GW is facing, because here's the thing: the fans know what they want. Like, as much as we love Space Marines, we want we want the aliens to get all their new stuff. We want them to get all this new cool kit so we can actually have fun fighting them again, and we want them to be like actually fun to fight, because 8th and like all that have been fucking terrible terrible sets because like anytime a new codex comes out, it's just broken OP. And I mean that in the strongest words. They are broken OP. Like, oh my god, how do I put this the best way possible? Right now, look, there's the last box. Why didn't it show up on the map? Go fuck yourself.
Guess fuck you.
Oh, it's not the last box. It's a fucking. Oh my god. God damn it. Sorry, I just lost track. I heard one of the beacons going off, so I'm just like, where is this thing? Oh, there it is. Didn't want to show up on the map for some reason. Look at that, armor Mori. But no, the big problem right now for GW is certain model ranges need to be updated. Eldar need to be updated. Certain things for Tyranids to be updated. Although I think for the most part they do a really good job with most of the Tyranid stuff. Guard needs some updates, but we got that, so it's mostly fine. Although Guard needs alternate plastic model kits. Eldar has, I think, 90%. I think it's like 60% of its range for its infantry. Sorry, not even 60%. It's actually like 70% is metal models. We're still waiting for all those to be replaced.
I found the Rogel Dorn. So anyways, I think we're done.
Yeah, we've been going for an hour and a half.
An hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I've seen
I've seen
this one. This is, I actually, like, I don't mind it, but unfortunately they make her look too angry, and that's the problem.
I mean, she looks stoic to me.
No, she's, like, you can tell by the brows.
Yeah.
They're creased inwards. They're
this is a better picture.
No thanks.
You would not want.
No, I'm sorry. As much as I love the Primarchs.
Look, you know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. In Battle Base 2042, which there are female Primarchs and there are still Space Marines, but they're all Claymores. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. Alan's gonna kill me.
What? Claymores? What?
Oh, Claymore from Claymore Anime.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm okay with. I'd be okay with that. It's fucking Claymore. You're just literally like citing off what Sisters of Battle Repentia are in just like Space Marine form. I'm like, I'm okay with this. I don't know what's wrong with this picture. You lose this argument. You fucking moron. Okay,
and on that disappointing note where me and Alan agree, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. You listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can also subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Have a great night. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Alan. Have a good night. Bye.
Goodbye.
The show.
Do you want me to answer it before you ask it?
Well, are you recording?
I'm watching credits right now.
No, I was going to ask you a question. In the Discord, there are 2 beautiful cat girls. 3, actually.
Only
You
2.
have to pick. Well, there's one from Dominion Tank Police, and there's one Blair from Soul Eater.
Okay, where's the third?
Well, there's 2 on the Dominion Tank Police.
Okay, well,
picture.
right, what's
so
the
there's
question?
3. The question is, which one would you rather fuck? Would you rather fuck Blair or the Dominion Tank Police?
Given that Blair's a fucking slut, not that. There's probably STDs in
Right.
that, and the Dominion Tank Police also look like skanks, so not touching either.
I mean, actually, here's the thing. I actually watched that once because I was like,
They're
oh,
actually well-respectable members of our society.
No.
Allan.
See, here's the thing. They're hardcore gangsters, and they don't just fuck around. They actually try to use their sexuality to get to places and then fuck them over. Like,
They are literally skanks.
yeah, they're not. But the thing is, I don't think they fuck. They don't fuck.
They
Like,
have enough respect for their bodies in order to not.
I
like,
don't know about that.
sleep.
Yeah.
Just from the way that you just made that sound there, Josh, I don't think so.
No,
I mean, it could be worse.
I mean, I watched the fucking OVA. I don't know what else you
Yeah.
want.
It could be worse. We could be talking about the BattleTech universe, which has
Cat girls? Yeah,
which,
it does.
Yeah, it has cat girls, but it's like, and it's like the worst case because it's like, oh yeah, they're prosthetic, and it's like, oh yeah, this entire area of the galaxy is just full of debauchery and fucking bullshit.
No, it
and
isn't.
It's just insanity.
The Canopsis, I can't remember what the name of it is now.
The impression I got was like you had people who were like basically sex slaves.
Yeah, there's some regions like that, like some of the pirate regions, but no, the Canopsis, a lot of the periphery states, like the Taurian Concordant, the Canopsis, the Roman Republic, that's also on the periphery. I can't remember the name of that one. They're all like semi-respectable states. Like Taurians are like libertarian, get the fuck off my property. The Canopsis are very, hey, we're not going to get involved in the inner sphere. You guys leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. They don't put much money into their military, so they often have a very small military. But they generally look out for, like, they have a lot of good welfare. They have a lot of good state security and stuff like that.
Also, I'm guessing you finished Halo Infinite.
Yes, that's why I said I'm watching credits roll right now. Like, that's why I was like,
Okay.
I need 5 minutes. I'm in a cutscene because I was in the big cutscene because I was like, as you guys pinged me, the message popped up in the corner there. That's that the 3 achievements came up, and I was like, yep, I gotta stop. I can't pop in. I gotta listen to this cutscene.
All right.
I know Echo 317's name. I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Okay. Well, let's sync, and then I'll ask a very important question. Okay.
By the way, I have all but 2 skulls.
I haven't even gotten any yet, but I'm also like, I've done so much side content. I assume that you've mainlined it or just played constantly.
I've got all the grunts communication towers down, all the bases done, all the brute bases done, all the HIV high value targets.
So how many hours have you put into? Actually, no, I can check because I think you've been playing it on Steam.
This past week, I've put.
Did you take time off of school for? Are you off school?
No, I started Wednesday. I played all day Wednesday till like 2 a.m. on Thursday. I did all my
You're
school
a
stuff.
Fucking crazy
I did
person.
all my school stuff on Thursday. I just got up at 9 a.m, did all my school stuff. I actually got more done than I thought I would. Yesterday, because my day got botched because I woke up early, but I had to do a bunch of running around for someone, so I didn't get done doing anything. And by the time it was like 2:30 in the afternoon, I was like, I just don't want to fucking do anything related to like school. So I just played all last night till like 3 a.m. I got up at like 11 o'clock today. Got up. I was like, no, gotta get schoolwork done. Got schoolwork done at 6 o'clock tonight, and I was like, do I want to start the other thing, or can I get away with sneaking ahead?
Okay. I get it. So you've been playing it a lot. You have 50 hours on average. What
of that
difficulty were you playing it at?
Heroic.
Good.
There's some bullshit in Heroic. I have to talk about that. By the way, how far in the game are you? How far in the game are you?
I have just taken down the 3 AA guns.
All right, so Have you done the boss for that area?
I am in the process of doing the 2 Spartan killers.
Yes. All right, you're on the boss of that area. That fight, oh man, on heroic, there's a little bit of bullshit for that one.
I'm okay with that.
But I can talk about the one fight that gave me the most trouble.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's sync, and then I'll ask my very important question. And Josh, have you played any Halo Infinite?
Afraid I have not.
Josh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Just being me, I guess.
Why do you do this? Why do you pay me like this?
Cause all thing I do is pain and suffering, I guess.
All you have to do is play Halo. And you don't. And it hurts my feelings.
Yep, I just don't.
Okay, well, sync in 3, 2, 1.